Hello. So I'm drawing here comic book panel for this page. Hey, Alessandro, how are you? Let me know if the sound is good, you can hear me and the music. That would be awesome to know. If it all hears good. Oh, awesome. And if you have any question or something, just let me know. I'll be trying to answer any of your questions. So I'm working on a comic book page. As you can see, this is the third panel. It's part of the interior of a ship. So yeah, it's pretty fun to draw this stuff. Oh, just it's really hard it's really hard and simple at the same time, because what I realized after drawing like 50 comic pages and realizing it was really bad drawings and throwing it to the garbage was that the only way of start something is starting. And in my case, I start drawing and like having fun, enjoying the process of learning and developing my own style and something. So it was fun to start drawing and trying to get better at drawing, but at the same time trying to create things. So I start creating characters and posting them on my Instagram. And yeah, trying to get someone to see it and try to learn from other artists, practicing poses. And it took me for about 3 years or so to get to a point where I said, well, I like what I see on my drawings, and I will like start to create a comic book based on my new art style. That if I look at now, it was really bad. Not really bad, but yeah, it was bad. I don't know why I decided at that point that it was a good style, but it was the best I can do at the moment. So it was really great, and I learned a lot on the process of creating new comic books and characters and stuff. So it was really fun. So I think that drawing is the only way of starting. You have to create your own stuff, because I was waiting for someone to discover my art and a publisher to come and say to me, hey, I want to publish, your drawings are awesome, and that it's really hard to happen. So I was self-published for a long time, until finally I get a publisher, and all my 4 CMs of Phobos was an astronaut adventure, space adventure thriller, were published on a single volume later. So yeah, it was great. But if I will wait until someone to discover my art and wanted to publish me, I think I haven't been done anything so far. I think this whole section was not good. Yeah, you could copy, but what I recommend is to copy a drawing, but what I did was copy the pose on a character, but draw my own character on that pose. So I took the pose from that artist that was a great drawing I was watching and get inspired by, but I practice also my own skills on creating stuff by creating my own character on that pose. So that is a fun way of practicing anatomy. So you're not drawing just like naked people with graphite. You are making your own characters and telling your own stories, and for me that was more fun and kept me motivated drawing. But yeah, copying it's a great thing to do when you're trying to learn stuff. You can copy from a model, you can copy from other people's works, and also remember to credit the people you copy from. And what I try to do always is try to create a new thing, not just drawing, like making fan art. That's why I don't like fan art, because you are using your time and skills to create someone else's. You're not creating, you're just like having fun. But I like to create, that's why I try not to do that it doesn't motivate me to draw fan art. But doing fan art is a great way of drawing and getting better at drawing. Just you practice drawing the characters you already like and someone already relate to them, so it's easy to get known by drawing like Batman, Superman, manga characters, Naruto and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, finding your own style and but more than finding your own style is trying to tell your story. It could be a made-up story or your own things, but I find it more interesting to read comics that are unique and trying to tell something that is already told, but on a particular way. Oh, for myself, I prefer drawing on paper. So I have here tons of sketchbooks I've drawn through the years. Those are some of them. And yeah, now I'm drawing on the iPad because this is the first time I'm drawing a comic book entirely on my iPad. I used to draw comic books on those sketchbooks, and then scan them and add gray tones on my iPad. But I realized that it was faster and I can draw anywhere with the iPad. So I go on vacations or on my house while putting my kids to sleep. So it's like really easy to work on the iPad anywhere. That's really comfortable and useful. But if I had to draw something for myself, to remember on the long term, I will draw on a sketchbook or on a piece of paper and draw one of those characters. Yeah. And also, the thing I try to do when drawing digitally is trying to draw as I was drawing on traditional ink and paper. So I try to, when I use screen tones or something on my iPad, I use the way I will be using them traditionally. So like pasting the screen tone and erasing the stuff like you would do with a cutting knife or an eraser to get the shapes, the lights and the shadows you want. And I'll do ink splatters around and yeah. Hello. Yeah, totally. Paper is really romantic and iPad is practical. I started drawing more on the iPad because of client work. So I drew a card game for a client, and yeah, all the cards were drawn on my iPad. And it was really easy to change things on the go and to send doodles and a couple of doodles and change the doodles and then add the inking and do adjustments. Yeah, it's really easy, the workflow, and you can change stuff, and that's really good when working to clients. So what I'm trying to do in this page is to present this new character and also draw part of the landscape and the place he is in. And all these things are always fun to draw and challenging because of perspective and stuff. Yeah. I love drawing backgrounds. They are super time consuming, but I really appreciate when reading comic books that have great backgrounds in not just one panel, in several pages. Is almost one good panoramic shot or landscape on each page is like awesome. You get the feel of the scale, and that's really interesting on the stories that I like to read the most. They usually have great like world composition and stuff, like the manga Blam, also Dorohedoro, Akira. You see the landscape as almost as a character, so yeah, it's really fun to read those kind of stories. Hey, thank you, thank you. So great you like the brushes. Yeah. It took me quite a long time to decide to put those out for you guys, because I really struggled finding great brushes. So when I realized what I was looking for, I decided to do them by myself. And I was looking for brush that could like give me the feel of traditional inking. That's what I was trying to get when I download or buy or try a brush set for Procreate. And I decided to understand how to create them, and so knowing that you are enjoying them, it means a lot, because I was really afraid to put those out and people like don't like them, I think so. So sometimes when you're drawing like backgrounds, there's no need to do all the details. You have to like do some silhouettes and black and whites, and to create it, your brain will follow the gaps and the negative space and all those stuff. You have to draw. Sometimes you have to draw not all the details, but now you understand that behind this panel are some tubes or stuff on this spaceship, but I didn't draw any tube, I just put some lines on black and white, and yeah. Hey, cheers Alessandro! Thanks for the good vibes and all this little chat we had here. Yeah, thanks for joining in. I will draw like for about 15 or 20 more minutes, and then I have to go home because it's Friday. And yeah, I have visits on my house. Here we have a long weekend. So yeah, I have to cut the grass and buy some stuff for tonight's dinner, and yeah, you know, home stuff. I think during this panel I will add the gray tones, get the shadows and stuff done, and I'm good to go. So now I want to add some textures. I don't know if you can see it, I'm adding some dots in here in the background, and then I will erase the places I want some more light. So yeah, I'll start erasing some stuff. Welcome, welcome. So as you can see, I like using like raw textures. The one in the background here on this panel is a texture of my custom brushes. Is that one, organic hatching, and I load opacity a little bit so I can create like a linear pattern. You can see something like that, and I start like adding more and more over it so I can get, if I put the page that way, the lines still go down sides, so I can get that feel, and then I change the opacity of the layer to get that grain tone. And for those white splatters there, I use, you can see the splatters? I use with white, one of those splatters that I use with inking. So yeah, I'm trying most of the time to use my own custom brushes. Because why not? And now I'm doing like a gradient. And for this gradient I have to erase all the thing that is off the panel. Now I can erase to get the light spots I want. One more thing I need to do is to draw some white line to separate the arm in the foreground that is in a separate panel from the image I'm drawing right now. So I create a new layer, go with the inking tool, and I will draw that line. As I mentioned, it will be easier on Photoshop selecting the layer and just adding a line, like a trace line I think it's called, I don't know, but I prefer to draw all this stuff by hand. So slowly it appears. This is so relaxing to do that you have to enjoy the process. For me, making comics is enjoying the process, because this page, when it's done and it's printed and is on a comic book, someone will read the page in 30 seconds, 1 minute, maybe less. But I spent drawing it a couple of days, or maybe one day. If you put all the hours on drawing on just one day, it would be maybe a day. But so it doesn't pace off. I think the act of having it released, I think one of the good things and the things that I enjoy the most is to create this stuff and to have fun while doing it. So that's why I draw just my comic books for the moment, because I really don't have that much time to draw, and if I have to commit on drawing a comic book that will consume so much time of my day, I'd rather be drawing a story of my own that someone else is drawing, someone else's story. So that might change in the future, I don't know. I open to everything, but in the meantime, I'm really enjoying drawing my stuff. So, yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks for the good vibes and stuff, and yeah, hope you liked the drawing. Thanks for making me company here. And yeah, this was fun. Sorry for being absent on putting videos out, but yeah, I've been with a lot of work, so yeah. Here's a page. I have 2 more panels left on the bottom side, but for now, it's good. Bye bye. Mauricio, la melodía de la canción puede ser Doctor House, puede ser. Es una muy buena canción. Okay, thanks all of you that joined here, and I'll see you on the next one. Remember to subscribe and do all that YouTube stuff. Share it with your friends and stuff. Please, that helps me a lot. Bye bye.